The Saucony Endorphin Pro has been the race day choice of the everyday runner for the last few years. Now with version 4 here, is this still the best race day shoe for the everyday runner? Or has the shoe lost its way? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you. What is up everybody, and welcome to FORDY Runs. My name is Chris Ford and I'm a running coach who likes to review running shoes here on YouTube. So in this video I'm going to tell you what's new here with the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4. I'm going to tell you things I've liked, things I've not liked about the shoe. And I'm going to wrap it up at the end and let you know whether I think you should buy this or not. Now before we do that, I've got to give a shout out to our sponsors at Start Fitness. Head over to startfitness.co.uk and you can pick these up a little bit cheaper with my code FORDYRUNS. Now like I said, the Saucony Endorphin Pro series has been the race day shoe choice for the everyday runner for the years that it's been coming out, and we've got to give Saucony some credit at the front end of this video because they came out with the Endorphin line and it was a genius move because everybody pretty much has followed suit since. They've created a couple of shoes that really, I think everybody out there pretty much can use and optimise to the best of their ability. Now I appreciate that's not for everybody, but the Pro really has been that shoe that you could rely on over the years for race day if you was an everyday runner. Now look, the Adidas Pro 3 has been my marathon choice of shoe, but what we get here with the Pro and the Pro 4 is a shoe that can do pretty much all those different levels of races, whether it's 5k, half marathon or marathon, and be pretty good at most of them. And that's what I love about the Saucony Endorphin Pro series. Okay, right, so let's get into what's new and the stats and features with the Pro 4. Okay, so the Pro 4 is retailing at Start Fitness at £229.90. It's got an 8mm drop, 39.5mm of stack in the heel. We've got PWRRUN PB and PWRRUN HG, I'll show you that. Fits true to size. We've got a brand new upper on the shoe. We've got a new design as well with the midsole. Again, I'll show you that in just a second. It's 8.55 ounces, 242 grams. We've got a full length carbon plate, which is the same plate that was in Pro 3. We've got the XT900 outsole, which has been upgraded as well. And I think that is probably about it really quickly. Okay, so in terms of the foams, you can see, well, maybe not with this camera, but on the end here is the HG. And what they've done is they basically put a layer of that through the shoe, which is being sort of embedded within the full length PWRRUN PB foam as well. So you might just see there's a slightly different colour there, and if you buy the shoe you'll notice it as well. Now the PWRRUN HG is from the Endorphin Elite, and that's a firmer feeling compound than the PB foam. So they've sort of given us a little bit, but not too much, because they still want you to get the full PB experience with the plate. Now they played around with the geometries and they played around with the foams. As you can see, we've got some cutaways and some flaring on the shoe. That's aimed at building some form of stability within it because they know that it does move about with the PB foam. We've got a lovely new upper on the shoe which fits really well. It wraps around your foot really nice but provides plenty of air travelling through the shoe. We've got this really cool tongue. That sort of flips over as well, which is kind of neat. And it's like a one-piece booty construction kind of thing, although it's like a tongue as well, which doesn't make any sense. But anyway, all I can say to you is it's comfortable and it locks down really well. Laces are great, lockdown's great. There's a little bit of foam, enough to be comfortable in the shoe, but again, it does give you that racy feel, which is what I like. Then we got, look at that. The coverage of the outsole, the XT900. It is phenomenal what they've shoved on here. And they could have really shaved some weight by making this minimalistic, but they haven't. They've gone, you know what? We want something that's going to stick to the road, give you the traction, give you the confidence to run hard, but also be, you know, good in the wet weather and things like that. And more importantly, durable. Because if you're shelling out 230 quid, you do want something that will last to a degree. We've got the speed roll technology. There's the plate in there, say full length carbon plate, which is the same plate that was on the previous version. But again, look at the width there. You know, it doesn't pinch in, it's not so narrow as some of the other shoes that are out there. Like I said, it's fitting true to size, no problem, no heat spots, no issues with heel rub, nothing with this shoe, absolutely nothing, straight out of the box, and I was away and I've had no issues ever since that day. Right, okay, so that's that. Now let's get on to the things I've liked and things I've not liked. Okay, so things I've liked, love the upper, absolutely love the upper. I like the fit of the shoe, I like the tongue design, I like the lockdown, I like the laces, I like the PWRRUN PB foam. I don't really notice the HG foam in here, to be perfectly honest with you. It's great if it's there. I've got no idea if it's working or not, but I'll come on to the ride in just a second. I like the outsole a lot. I like the width, so it's not overly unstable, which is a good thing. I like the overall comfort of the shoe, which might sound nuts, but I do like the fact that this is reasonably comfortable, and it's a race day shoe, so it's meant to be a little bit more minimalistic, but I like the sort of, the comfort feel of the shoe. I like the ride. It feels great when you're licking it along 7-minute miles. Bang, thanks very much. It's cracking, it really is. And even back at goal pace, target goal pace for me at the moment, which is 8-minute miles, it feels great as well. Yes, as soon as you drift out from there, it becomes unstable to a degree, but I'd expect that. It's promoting that forward strike, it's promoting from here to here. So if I'm backing off here, it's going to get a little bit wild. But that's fine, it's not as mental as some of the other super shoes that are out there. Now here's a question, would you class this as one of the super shoes? So the ride works for me, okay? It's aggressive enough, but it's not overly aggressive. For example, the Endorphin Elite is too aggressive for me. The plate is too aggressive. I can't get the best out of it. Where this, I feel it's working with me and trying to make me go faster. Things I don't like. Now this might seem a bit weird, but it almost took me a little bit of adjustment to get on with the shoe. When I first put them on, I was like, oh, this is different. It felt a bit flat and a little bit, I don't know, dull. But then it sort of came to me, I sort of worked it out, and I think now I've got to the point where I kind of know how to get the best out of it. Now, what do you mean by that, FORDY? Well, I just need to be basically 8-minute miles or lower, and it's going to come alive in my sort of, palm of my hands, on my feet. That's where it really comes to me. And again, if you're going under 7-minute miles, that's great, it's really going to come alive. But for me, I don't know, I just didn't find that it was working straight away, and that's not negative. I just found that I had to find its sweet spot, which I have now. And that's an awesome thing. So look, like what I'm trying to do on the channel at the moment, I want to take this to a race and then put it out in anger and see what we've got. So I've got a half marathon coming up, and we're going to take this along and we're going to strip it out and we're going to give it some beans. And then I'm going to come back and let you know exactly what I think about this shoe. Because again, these super shoes, I think really you should be using them in anger, in race day conditions, and seeing and feeling and understanding what's going on. So that's what we're going to do. But sort of first impressions is a bit, it's a bit lame, because obviously we've been doing stuff in it. So, but what I don't want to do is give you my ultimate conclusion on the shoe, because I want to go out and do a race in it. So let's call this my initial thoughts. So my initial thoughts are, I like it. Is it my marathon shoe? I'm not sure. I've got to do a race in it. It's not a million miles away from coming to London with me. That's how much I like it. But we've got to get that race done in it, and then I'll be able to think more sort of clearly about the shoe, whether I could put it into the London Marathon or not. But again, I go back to what I said at the start. I think this is the everyday runner's race shoe. Yes, the Pro 3 is from Adidas is exceptional for the marathon. But I think when you come down to the half marathon and that, it kind of loses its way a fraction, where this can do all sort of aspects of your running on race day extremely well. It's that versatile that it can do multiple different sort of distances and do them well. And that's the key for me, and that's what makes it such a good shoe. So there we go. That's my initial thoughts on the shoe. Let's turn it up, let's go and do a race, and I will come back and let you know my conclusion on the shoe. Now again, before you leave me today, make sure you get over to startfitness.co.uk where you can grab the shoe a fraction cheaper using my code FORDYRUN. So big shout out to those guys, and yes, that's probably about it from me. I'll catch you later.